Protein is an interesting substance. It is a long chain of tiny little building blocks called amino acids. And the body uses proteins largely for structural purposes. It's the building block material from which our body is made. Our bones are made of protein, hair is made of protein, teeth are made of protein. It's the structural stuff in our body. But also some very magical molecules, the enzymes in our cells that make all the chemistry happen in our cells, they're also proteins. In that way, it's a very useful, very economical substance.
There's 20 kinds of amino acids, and they kind of break down into two kinds, the essential, which you need to get from diet, and the non-essential, which your body makes. So we don't have to talk anymore about the non-essential because your body makes it, so clearly you don't have to eat it. In terms of the essential amino acids, there's some controversy about whether there's 8 or 9 kinds for adult humans, but the most important thing about amino acids is the same 20 kinds comprise all life on Earth, whether it's plant or animal. So plants and animals are both made of the same 20 kinds of amino acids. Therefore, it would be impossible for plants to be deficient in proteins. Okay, well, here's the thing about the essential amino acids. They require a lot of metabolic energy to put together that amino acid from the various substances it's made from. And animals don't have that kind of metabolic energy. Only plants have that kind of metabolic energy because they're basically solar powered. So solar powered plants are going to put together the basic essential amino acids. Animals do not make essential amino acids, only plants do. So because plants put it together, all animal protein is recycled plant protein. There's nothing in animal protein that's not in plant protein. Another way to think of this is to realize that plants are the base of the food chain on planet Earth. That means that animals eat plants because plants are the base of the food chain. Plants make the essential nutrients or absorb them.
I've managed to trace the protein myth back to the 19th century Germany. And back then, there were several scientists who were doing 19th century science, which was not like the 21st century science. Basically, it was much less rigorous. And some of the experiments would definitely not pass through the peer review process nowadays. So, for example, one of those scientists, Carl von Voigt, he did an experiment. He was actually quite a famous scientist. He was very well respected in the society, and this is why his findings became very popular and widely known. So what he did was he observed how much meat, so animal protein, people such as prisoners and laborers, so people working hard physically, and soldiers, I think, how much meat they ate on everyday basis, and he summed it up and then made an average, and on that basing on that he assumed that this is how much protein, animal protein, our bodies need. So just to show you the absurdity of this is the equivalent of following a group of teenagers and seeing how many fries they eat per day, or how much Coca-Cola they drink, and basing on an average teenager's intake of Coca-Cola, saying that this is how much Coca-Cola they need to drink every day to be healthy. Which is obviously, this is completely the other way around. But somehow nobody spotted the problem, and his findings became widely known, and his recommendations, and he recommended that an average person should eat 150 grams of protein a day, which is absolutely huge. It's about, for example, for me, that will be about 3 times more than the modern recommendations are. And people liked this idea because they were already meat eaters. They already loved meat. So if somebody told them, oh, there is a good reason for you to eat so much meat, it's actually good for you, they bought it. They wanted to believe it.